Let's go. The Denver Nuggets. Surprisingly, to me, to many others maybe, but not to them, take the vaunted San Antonio Spurs down, destroying Wemby's claim for the MVP. 134, 136 in overtime. Let's check that real quick. 34, 36, yeah. What a game. Game of the year. Pretty easy to say game of the year. I mean, Denver came to play in terms of Jokic. Everybody else played good at times, did what they needed to do. But the biggest question to me in this game was what level of energy, drive, effort, and care would come out of Nikola Jokic in this game against this young upstart MVP want to be. And Jokic took it to him. Took it to him right away. Wemby got a couple of blocks here and there. Wemby played a decent game, although half of his points were from free throws. And honestly, if you learn to play defense on him, you just put a little pressure on him, bump him here and there, and just let him shoot, and he misses. He literally was not that exciting to me. Jokic has 1,700 more tools in his bag, including one of the greatest Sombor shuffles of all time. Now, some of you don't know what Sombor shuffles are. Sombor, obviously, not obvious, is the town that Jokic is from in Serbia. And that little turnaround step fadeaway that Jokic does, we call the Sombor shuffle. So consider yourself initiated into seeing one of the best ones of all time. To be honest, there's probably been, that might be just top 5. We'd have to put a little compilation together to see, because he's had some daggers. And this one over the presumptive MVP, literally over the guy who has like a 20-foot reach, wearing size 35 shoes. Wemby just buried it. And he did it many times on him. And Jokic poured in 40. And wins the battle. What else do we get? We got some. So the biggest thing I said going in, I should do pregame shows because I like laying down some predictions and seeing if they come out true. The biggest thing I was looking at was how will Christian Brown, they're going to leave him open all game because they just pick one guy and they say, hey, we're not going to guard you. We're going to double team Murray. We're going to double team Jokic. We're just going to, swarm, foul, just the same bullshit. Christian Brown was that guy. A couple times it was Cam John, the man John, but Christian Brown is definitely, they don't want Murray beating him. They don't want Hardaway beating him. They'll let Bruce and Christian Brown wide open. And Bruce hit a couple. Actually, 1 of 3. 1 of 3, not bad. I mean, not good, but not bad. But Christian Brown, 5 of 11 from three-point line. Cam put up 4 of 8, and he played huge. AG only hit 1 three-pointer, but was 7 of 12, had 15 points. How was he a -1? But he played some of the gangsters defense on Wemby that you'll see towards the end. Man, if Wemby makes that shot at the end of regulation, I would literally be in a severe depression versus this euphoric cloud 9. One shot. He had his chance. He could have banked it right in or put a little swish in like old Luka did. Or didn't even freaking Austin Reeves get us once? But Wemby missed and we went into overtime. What a game. Julian Strawther came out and hit 2 of 4 three-pointers. And they were huge. Valanciunas played 5 minutes. He was 3 of 6 on his field goals. Had a nice little putback dunk. and some decent. I think his first stint was good. His second stint wasn't good. Nobody else played except Tyus Jones, but that was for a freak accident. Because if you didn't notice, Bruce Brown got hurt. He rolled his ankle, and he was going to be required to do a jump ball. Why was Bruce Brown a 12, minus 12? Ouch. Valanciunas was a minus 3? So Hardaway, Bruce Brown, Straw, they're all minuses. Jokic leading the way with the plus minus of plus 12. Cam John was a plus 7, and Murray was only a plus 5, but that's the way the ball bounces. So Jokic with 40 points, 8 rebounds, also a Belgrade double. So we had a Sombor shuffle, and we usually call a Sombor double is when he has double-digit points and either double-digit rebounds or assists, but not both. But on the third one, he has 9. So if he has 9 rebounds, 13 assists, 40 points, that's a Sombor double. If he has 8 rebounds, 13 assists, and 40 points like he did tonight, it's a Belgrade double. Why? Because Belgrade's a little farther away from the triple double. But you can't keep getting triple doubles all year, you know. Sometimes you just got to put up 40. What did old Wemby have? 34, not 40. 5 blocks, and that's kind of a lot. He did have a turnover and a steal, so 6 stocks. What did Jokic have? Jokic had 3 blocks, no steals, and no turnovers. 3 blocks, that's not shabby. I mean, Victor Wembanyama, God's gift to the MVP race, according to him, averages 3 blocks a game, and that's what they're basing it on. You know, to be honest, I don't hate San Antonio all that much, or all as much as I hate OKC or Minnesota or the Lakers or anybody else. But those fucking pineapple heads, Vassell and Castle, cockatoos, those jack rounds, why do they look exactly the same? Like they're both illegitimate children of Snoop Dogg, aren't they not? It's like if Snoop Dogg got ran over by an Impala on his way out of county jail. That's what Castle and Vassell look like. Freaking pineapple head thugs. Those motherfuckers I can't stand. Harper, can't stand. Fuck you, Rook. De'Aaron Fox, not a hater. Not a hater. And Victor Wembanyama, not a hater. Champagne, another fucking hater. Fuck that guy. We fucking hate Champagne, Vassell, Castle, and Harper. Barnes probably a little bit, and Bryant. Johnson, yeah, he was annoying as fuck guarding Jokic. However, Wembanyama, he plays a decent. I don't know. I think he just has a good style, a good attitude. He wants to compete. He wants to win. He wants to figure out ways to be different, and he's pretty tough on defense. I mean, it's hard not to be when you're. He literally doesn't have to jump to dunk. Like, what the fuck? But that's my honest take on San Antonio. So that puts Denver. Let's go share screen here. On pace now for the third seed, sorry. I know we beat San Antonio, but we don't get to do that. Let's see, NBA. Let's see where we are. We are looking at the standings. Let's go standings. And this game was huge for Denver to get to the 3 because San Antonio is now 3 games back. Actually 2.5, but they have, what is that, 78 games? And OKC has 77. So when OKC plays again and wins, they'll be 3 games up. Because I don't see OKC losing at all until the second to last game against Denver, in which they may not be playing for anything, you see? Because if there's only 4 games left, let me think. What would it take for them to shut them out? Look at Denver. All of a sudden has the #1 win streak. Yay, fireworks. Boom, 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 boom. The Kings have won 2 to get to the same record as the Jazz. Come on, Russ. I thought you guys were tanking. Denver with a win streak of 8. OKC with a win streak of only 4. They got beat by who? Boston? San Antonio goes down to the vaunted Denver Nuggets. So I believe the Thunder are playing the Jazz next, so you can assume they're going to win that at home. Then they go to LA to play the absolutely dead-in-the-water Lakers, who lost Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves for the season, for at least the regular season. And if they're 4 seed, they're going to be playing who? The Rockets? So it's going to be OKC and the Rockets. Wow. And Denver and San Antonio. And Denver has to take care of Minnesota first. That's what I'm predicting at this point. But I don't see OKC losing the next 3 games. I mean, maybe the Clippers have something to play for, but I don't think they're going to beat OKC over it. The Suns will definitely have nothing to play for the last game of the year, so OKC at home thinks for sure we can take that one. So we can sit our guys and still beat the Suns. So we could also sit our guys for the Nuggets. That's what we're hoping. And then Denver finishes. They would probably throw that game to Denver, to be honest, to let Denver, because Denver's going to need to win out, and the Lakers need to lose 2 more. I think. Let's go back and look. (50-27, 50-28). So the Lakers have 1 more game to catch up, and let's see what they're going to do. Oh. Get me down here. So they're going to Dallas to play the tanking Mavericks with no Doncic and no Austin Reeves. Can they beat them? Kind of want to see old Cooper Flag put it on him. Guess he had 50 points. First teenager to have 50 points. Previous career high, 49. Trying to put in his case for Rookie of the Year against his buddy Con Knuppel. Okay, so the Lakers play the Thunder, and then that matches us up. So, I mean, if they lose to the Mavericks and Thunder, boom, boom. They only lost by 43. I thought they were down like 50. So those 2 more losses would put them at, and say we have Minnesota. We have Portland and Memphis. And I think Memphis is tanking. Let's go back and see what Memphis is doing. They are not in the playoffs. So they are 11 games out of 10th. All right. So they're not nothing to play for. So one would think the Grizzlies are going to tank that game. But Denver's been known to get beat by lesser teams. The Blazers, what are they going to do in 8th? Can they get to 7th? Can they get to 7th? They are 2.5 games out of 7th. So, and are only a half game ahead of 9th. So the Portland's going to want it, but they're playing in Denver. And if Denver plays half as good as they did against San Antonio, they'll take care of the Blazers. It's not a free ride, but one might be able to say that if Denver beats the Portland Trailblazers and the Grizzlies, they're going to go into their final 2 games of the season on a 10-game win streak, of which they've never done in the Jokic era. The 10-game win streak will also carry them into the final 2 games of the year against Oklahoma City first and then San Antonio, which means they could have a 12-game win streak if San Antonio and Oklahoma City are sitting their guys and throwing the game because they don't care because they're already locked into the 1 and 2. It'll be interesting to see, but my guess is the road to the finals goes through Denver. And that means Denver's going to play OKC in the Western Conference Finals after they beat the Spurs in the second round and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who apparently lost Jaden McDaniels. Is that true? Allow me to look that up. God, nobody's worse of a thug. Who's a bigger thug? Jaden McDaniels or freaking Vassell and Castle? Gives fan hope. Week-to-week knee injury. He'll be back for the playoffs. Fuck out of here. They're saying, you can see this here. Timberwolves Insider continues to give fans hope about Jaden McDaniels' timeline. Are there any fans from Minnesota? Fuck all. John Krasinski continues to insist that Jaden McDaniels will be back for the playoffs. After his announced dealing with the week-to-week, fans were understandably concerned. You know, I wouldn't care if McDaniels is at full strength. I mean, Denver can beat anyone when they're healthy. And Denver might just do that. Jaden McDaniels' injury doesn't appear to be overly serious. Yeah, we need some revenge on old Minnesota. So if we get them in the first round, sign me up. Home court advantage in the first round. Bitch slap the Timberwolves, put them back where they belong. Go up to San Antonio, take them out in 6 or 7. Do the same with OKC, battle. And then what, Boston? And then who's going to say shit about Denver? Literally beating everybody. Everybody that's anybody they beat if they take that route. Minnesota, San Antonio, OKC, Boston. Well, the Timberwolves still haven't clinched a playoff position. They've only clinched the play-in position. So they could fall to 7? No way. There's 4 games ahead of 7th. Is there... Oh, I guess if there's 4 games left. Let me see. Oh, bless me. So they have 5 games left. So and they could easily lose all 5 of them, which they might not. Although they could. They're playing Charlotte, Indiana. The Pacers, aren't they in last? Orlando, Houston, and the Pelicans. So I think they're going to lose a couple of those. 2 or 3 even, without McDaniels. And then even if he's ready to go for the playoffs, does that mean that I don't see him dropping down to the Suns? I don't see that. Because didn't they say the Suns have nothing to play for? I mean, they're 2.5 ahead of the Blazers, so... Man, it's going to get interesting. Each game, every day, it's going to get interesting. What do we have tomorrow on slate? What was today? Only 3 games? None of them mattered except the Nuggets? Why do we have to play the freaking matinee? The Heat took care of the Wizards 152 to 136. That was a total of 288 points. I bet that was hitting the over. Whereas the Pistons took care of the Sixers at 116 to 93. 23-point win. Pistons still winning without Cade or Cunningham. All right. So tomorrow there's a bigger day of basketball. Well, that's nice. Denver doesn't have to play on Easter Sunday. But everybody else does. And it doesn't seem like there's too many games of consequence. Timberwolves Hornets, that'll be a loss to the Timberwolves. Mavericks Lakers. If Lakers lose that one, Denver's basically walking into third. Rockets Warriors. That one might go either way, although the Rockets are playing pretty good. Where are the Warriors in the standings? They're in 10th. They're a solid 10th. They're not going to 11th. But they are also probably not going to 9th. So they're pretty much locked in. Like basically when you get to the end of the year, if you say, how many games back are you? And then you think, if half my games are wins and half my games are losses, because nobody's going to win out except Denver, of course, or lose out. But you can look at the streaks here, the win-loss streaks on the right. They don't mean shit. Average the last 10. That's what you got to do. So you got 9-1, 9-1, 8-2, 9-1. 7-3, 5-5, 3-7, 8-2. Blazers are 8-2. Goodness. Of course we're gonna get them. 5-5, 4-6, 2-8, 3-7, 2-8, 1-9, 4-6. So it's probably a 6-4. Last 10 average of the entire conference towards the end of the year. So that's what you can assume. You got 10 games left, you're probably going to win 6 and lose 4 if you're in the top half on average. So then you would say, well, if we're 2 games back, we need to win 8 and we need to go 8-2 in our final 10. Denver's like, bitch, please hold my beer. We're going 12-0. I'm going to pull up that clip that I had back when I said, because they were supposed to do 10-0, and the 10th win would have been this one. But then they lost the game. What game was that? They lost the game they should have won. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Memphis. Oh, that is sweet fucking revenge. Because they beat the Sixers and they were supposed to beat the Grizzlies. If they would have, they'd be on their 10th win game right now over the Spurs. What a fucking win streak that would be. But then they lost to the Grizzlies. And you know what that means? Fucking revenge. So, Blazers, we got to handle business on Monday. Still at home. Memphis, handle business. Still at home on Wednesday. Every other day from here on out. Every other day from here on out. The 6th, the 8th, the 10th, and the 12th. Boom, 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 boom. Home, 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 and away. And the last game away at San Antonio, guess what? Denver's bench is going to win that game. Or it'll be even more interesting if Denver has everything to play for and San Antonio has nothing to play for. Or if San Antonio has nothing to play for, but then they let their pride get in the way, and then they say, you know what? We're going to play Wemby. We're going to play Vassell and Castle, and then somebody blows a knee or pulls a hammy, and then they're out for the entire playoffs when they didn't even need to play. That would be ideal. Situation A. But we'll see. That remains to be seen. Leave a comment in the comments. Leave a comment in the comments. What the fuck? Let me know in the comments. That's what they say. What you thought of the thumbnail for this one. My little AI-generated Wemby the alien holding a tiny basketball. Dude, did you see when he whacked Jokic in the nose? His hand is like... I mean, it's twice as long as a normal hand. In GL. That guy is so fucking awkwardly long. It's not even funny. I mean, Jokic isn't exactly the epitome of athletic stature, but he at least looks human. I mean, he's 7 foot 300, so he's a little more balanced than 7'6", 190. But he moves, in my opinion, he moves a lot better. He may not jump. Wemby doesn't jump either. Let's be honest. I wonder if Wemby could do the high jump. He would be the perfect body type to do the high jump. And he'd only have to jump 6 inches over his head to set the world record. Yes, the world record is 8 feet. And that's insane. Jump by Javier Sotomayor from Cuba, I think was 6'4". 245. 245. So, I think Jokic is MVP. You heard it here first. What other insights of golden nuggets can we find out from this game? Man, I was just impressed with everyone, how not everyone played well, right? But when we take a look here at the Lions. Oh, we already did that. Jamal Murray only had 15 points, so he kind of sucked balls for most of the game, but hit 2 big threes towards the end because he was only 3 of 7. So Maul had an off night, which is bound to happen, right? Not every guy's going to have a good night unless their name starts with an N and ends with an A. Nicola. That motherfucker came to play, and that's what I was most impressed with. Definitely impressed with AG. Sticking it, I mean, he looks like a walking wounded. Like, looks like I feel. Your boy's got shin splints, apparently. Dumb shit. And that's what Aaron Gordon looks like, hobbling around out there. Not happy. But he's tough. Mr. Nugget for sure. Retire his jersey now while he's still playing. But Jamal's going to have those off nights. Cam John is going to have an off night. But tonight he was on. 6 of 11, 4 of 8. 1 for 1 for free throws. What do we do on free throws? We made all but 3. 19 of 22 for 86.4. I think Denver's leading the league in three-point percentage and free throw percentage and offense, total offense. So you better put some respect on our name. Or if you're the Denver haters that are like, oh, San Antonio is going to walk over Denver, Wemby's definitely MVP. Jokic is past tense. He's past his prime. We'll stay on that side, motherfucker. Stay on your side. Because we're over here in the Nuggets interconnected universe where Jokic rules, dominates, and it's up to him whether or not he's going to beat the shit out of you, not you. That's literally the truth right there. Christian Brown stepped it up. Hardaway, not too bad, 2 of 4. He did have a nice one drive into the paint, layup, finger roll. That was 6. Strawler with 6 important points. Hardaway had 10. Oh, shit. Bruce only had 5, but Jonas had 7. That's cool. 21 came from CB and 17 from Cam John, 15 from Aaron Gordon. Yeah, it was an all-around solid performance against a tough-ass team. Why are they tough-ass? Because they have fucking 3 or 4 guard/forwards that can drive. And Wemby can just basically step over you and block anything. So that makes it tough. But fucking Castle, dude, I can't stand his fucking defense or his offense. He literally is all about banging the absolute shit out of you. Excuse me. And trying to walk over you to the rim. That's what I can't fucking stand about is, shit, man. Snoop Dogg's my daddy. Shit, we lost this game. I'm gonna go drink some gin and juice. Stephon Castle. What's Vassal's first fucking name? Devin? Shit, my name's Devin Vassal. Snoop Dogg, my daddy. Sometimes he'd take me for a ride in the Impala, and one day he ran over my head and smashed my nose. But sometimes I like to put my hair up like a pineapple. Because my name's Devin Vassal, and I sipping on my gin and juice. Champagne. That's the dumbest fucking name. It's literally champagne. It's literally French. And you're Julien Champagne. Champagne. 6 of 9 3-pointers. Fuck you, dude. You can just absolutely go fuck yourself. That's ridiculous. Harper and Barnes were both 2 of 3. But that Champagne, dude, he needs to be sat the fuck down. Like, literally throw punch his ass when he comes out on the floor. Castle only had 20? Okay. Well, we'll see you guys in the playoffs. Actually, we got to play you the last game of the year again. Shit. But you're going to be throwing that one. You're going to be sitting, everyone. Who are we going to play? Lindy Waters, Mason Plumlee, Kelly Olynyk, Jordan McLaughlin, Bismarck Bimbo. What the fuck? Bismack Biombo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your starting 5. Then they'll bring Carter Bryant, Barnes, Johnson, Cornette, and Harper off the bench, and they'll sit all the starters. And Denver will win by 15, and we'll finish the year on a 12-game win streak going into the playoffs, first round at home in Denver against the Minnesota Timberwolves for a rematch of all time. I think the fucking... They said that they were down 20 in this game. Let me go back to the beginning. Yeah, look at that. Nikola pours in 40 to help Denver storm back from down 20 and turn back Victor Wembanyama. I saw that and I was like, what? They were never down 20. I know they were down like 14 is what I thought. So then I go to the game. to the box score. Well, actually, you don't go to the box score. Line scores shows biggest lead was 13. I swear it was 14. Biggest lead 13 for San Antonio and 5 for Denver. 6 lead changes and 4 ties. Bench points 28-30, but basically the same. Points in the paint. A little more for San Antonio, 8 more. Fast break points, 6 more for Denver. Points off turnovers, 21 for Denver. That's where we got them. We got them in the fucking points off turnovers. 10 turnovers and 11 turnovers. Well, that's cool. We lost the first by 7. Tied the second, so down 7.5. After the end of 3, we're down 4 going in the fourth. We win by 4 to tie it and win 12-7, I think, in overtime, because they hit a last-second bank shot 3 to cut it to 2. But what a fucking game! What a good day! Happy Easter, everybody! Good Friday yesterday. Nugget Saturday today, tomorrow, Resurrection Sunday. It is finished. Not only Christ has won, but Jokic has won. Good night.